how looks actually affect your life. Now, I know that you guys hate to hear it, but we live in a very superficial society. So the way that you look, everybody is going to perceive you and act very, very differently with you when it comes to dating, jobs, friends. Literally every single social interaction, every single opportunity that you will have in life is pretty much coming down to your looks. Like if you are out of shape, if you don't look good, you're going to be invisible in society. Ziz even said it himself. If you're just a fat, out of shape guy, are people really going to listen to you? If Ziz was fat and out of shape, would you listen to Ziz? Would he be a legend? Or did people listen to him because he was shredded, because he was aesthetic? Is that what gets attention? It is, man. The way that you look is going to change every single aspect of your life. Number one is how people actually respond to you. So in life, with the brain specifically, there's going to be neural pathways. Now, if you go all through life with people reacting negatively to you, this is building up negative neural pathways within the brain, thus giving you low self-esteem. You don't have any affirmations from society. No one tells you you look good. No one tells you you should feel good. And so you don't. You don't feel good. You don't feel confident within yourself. If you do, I'm going to be honest, it's delusional. Where else would this come from? But if you actually cultivate your looks, you're shredded, get the jawline, your fashion's on point, people compliment you, people react positively to you, what this will do is build up the positive neural pathways within the brain, giving you those good affirmations, thus naturally giving you more confidence. You're going to feel a lot better about yourself, and this actually goes into every single aspect of your life. They've actually shown that more attractive people have a higher contentment in life. They are happier people in general because their satisfaction of life is much, much greater than somebody who does not look very good. So you got to optimize your looks. Now, when it comes to dating, the amount of incels, aka people who are completely sexless, has tripled in the past 10 years. It's gone from about 10% of men to 30% of men who have not gotten laid within the past year. Now, this is pretty bad, but it comes down to one thing. This is going to be social media. Now, women naturally want the best mate. This is going to be hypergamy. So if you are not showing off your looks, if you don't look better than 90% of the male population, you won't be getting female attention. So if you're out of shape, if you're not putting in the work to look your absolute best, you won't be getting the attention, the results that you want from dating. And obviously, looks is not the only thing that matters. You need the whole package. You gotta have the money, the confidence, the charisma, but if you don't have the looks, you will not be opening the door. That's what it's all about. You open up the door, the girl opens up the door, there needs to be this whole apartment full of stuff, full of interesting things about you as a person, but a lot of looks maxers, you open up the door, it's empty. It's an empty shell, there's nothing in there. So what are they gonna do? They leave. That's why I always preach building up the other aspects of yourself. Now, let's go to friendships. Now, this is actually hit or miss, because if you are unattractive, you will have a very difficult time making friends, true friendships, true brotherhood, especially with other very successful, driven men. But there is a threshold. I would say once you're above like a 7, like a Chad Light plus, then a lot of men get jealous and envious just off of your looks. So there is going to be a threshold, and this is also the negative halo effect, which I will get into a little bit later in this module. But the negative halo effect is essentially whenever you look too good, and so people are jealous and envious of you. A lot of men will snake you, stuff like this. So you want to be very cautious with friends if you pass that 7 threshold. But for the average person, let's say you're a 4 or 5 out of 10, you do everything in this course, you'll probably end up as a 7, which you probably won't have to deal with too much of this stuff. One more thing to point, attractive people also make more money in life. On average, an attractive person makes much more than an average or subpar average looking person. Like I said, it dictates everything about your life. For example, my first real job was selling cars. Now, I was just an innocent kid. I was literally a teenager. I had no knowledge about selling cars. I was actually really bad at selling cars. But here's the thing. I looked better than everybody at the dealership. Guess who was #1 car salesman almost every single month? It was me. People bought from me just because I look good. That's the thing. So when it comes to sales, when it comes to jobs, you go to a job interview, they're going to see you. You have the exact same resume as someone who has a 5 out of 10. Like I said, this is so freaking superficial, but 9 times out of 10, they will choose the more attractive person. I'm telling you, your looks matters. It dictates every aspect of your life. This is what's the positive halo effect. So whenever you're attractive, you get more attractive things. People assume that other aspects of your life are more attractive just because you look better. So a lot of people, if you look good, they'll assume you have a great personality, you're great with people, you have a great family, you're great in relationships. Literally, this is exactly it. But then the negative halo effect is whenever people get jealous and envious, and so they start making things up about you. They hate you for no reason. They treat you in a very hateful manner. And I feel like there is that threshold. Once you're like a 7 and above, you'll really experience a negative halo effect. But for the mass majority of you guys, you don't really have to worry about that.